keep an eye out for any dark SUVs parked up the road from your place for the next couple of days.
Definitely. Alright guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to teach you how to fix and repair any kind of patch in a wall, any kind of hole. This one obviously has been repaired before. If I go to just put drywall compound straight back on, it'll just crack. So we're going to cut that right out and do it again, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. First we want to just measure the patch. We're going to do it 350 mil by 350 mil. So you want it just a little bit bigger than the existing. So we're going to get our board. Cut plasterboard, you just score one side of it and it snaps really easy, as you can see. Then I like to cut it from the back. It's always a bit neater and doesn't drop a lot of debris. So keep in mind, you can use this method any size patch, this big, that big. It doesn't have to be straight or anything like that. Get rid of that. So we've got a patch. It's going to sit straight over the top like that. So what we do, you can get a pencil or whatever you want and just trace around it like so. Pretty much just like that. So that's going to get rid of all of that inside snot. You can see this old patch wasn't done very well at all. Good old mesh tape. But there's nothing stopping it here. And that's why I don't like those California hot patches or whatever you want to call it, because really you need to have some backing behind it. Not just some paper and mud stopping it from being pushed in. So what we're going to do is I have a special tool. You would have seen it on my videos before. Great tool. You seen these, James? Have I showed you this?
What is it, like a jigsaw type thing?
It works the same as a jigsaw, except the blade, you can adjust it. See the plasterboard's 10 mil thick? Yeah. You can make it 9.5 mils thick, so that way it's not going to hit this metal, it's not going to hit a cable in the ceiling or anything like that. And it's so easy, and I'll demonstrate. See the blade, you look where the blade starts, it starts here, so always line that part up. And that's where the blade is in the middle there. So you get it going, then you plunge it. Get it going again. Did seem to hit something. cutting, it's set for 9.5 mil. This is 10 mil thick. And as you can see, there was a cable right behind it and didn't even score it or anything like that. If it doesn't come out, just give it a quick cut with a knife. But that's it, James. See how easy that is?
Yeah.
And otherwise, if you had to use a knife to try and, you can't use a saw here. You have to use a knife and keep going over it. So that's why these are so good. So we're finished using that. I've used this probably about 10 times and still on my first battery. I've never even charged it. And that's all I got this Makita for. So here's our patch. So next we have timber. I don't have any metal screws here, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add timber where I can and just go into the timber. Or I can just go out and get some metal screws. You want to be pulling the timber towards you while you're screwing in. You don't want to push it away. You don't want it pushing away. Ease it in there. You don't want to screw the screw too far in or it won't hold. I'll just go and get some metal screws and we'll just screw to that. That'll be good enough. Let's test our piece. Not that way. There we go. Fits nice. The gap's nice and small. That means everything will dry a lot quicker. Alright, we've got some metal screws. The difference between the metal screws and the timber screws is one has like a needle point and one has like a point with wings on it, and the ones with the wings, they bury, they work their way into the steel and then grip on from the thread. These ones here, they don't go through the steel, but they can, but it's a lot harder. The right amount of pressure and the right speed, they just go in quite easily. As you're getting closer to the end, slow it down a little bit. It's always a good idea too to screw the existing part as well, so it's stitched together and not moving. So that's what we'll do. I don't know what that goes into, but we'll take it. Alright, that'll do. patch. So you want to get your blade. My most common used blade is a 6-inch. You want to scrape everything back so nothing's getting stuck. You don't have any clickers, which is a screw that's sticking out a little bit. Don't be afraid to rip into it. You shouldn't really tape over the tape, but if you're good, you can. No, just kidding. Get a lot of kickback from that comment. Now that's going to do me. It's still pretty rough, but we're going to get it perfect. This doesn't really bother me. So we've got a couple of different types of tape. One tape was this mesh tape, which you can see here, and that's no good, doesn't stop anything. Then there's paper tape. If you don't pre-fill everything and there's any gaps behind it, this will bubble very easy. So if you're just starting out, this fiber fuse, you cannot get a bubble if you wanted to, and it's meant to be stronger as well, and it's flatter. So we're going to be using that. You should handle it with gloves because it can get a little itchy between the fingers. So definitely do that. So that's ready. Let's do some mud up. Make sure it's all prepped before you do the mud up. So let's go out and do some mud up. Oh, I did have some mesh tape. People like it because it's sticky, and you can just roll it out like that. And you can see how easy it is, but it sticks out quite a bit, and these break really easy, so we're not using that. About water, always start when you're mixing up any kind of mud, start with water. Don't buy anything that's pre-mixed because you'll be waiting way too long for it to dry. This is really cheap. You can store it forever and it works the best, it dries the fastest, it dries the strongest. So all of those reasons why to use this. So there's probably too much mud there. I'm also going to show you a little trick how we can use this for 2 and even 3 coats, only mixing once. So you want to add it as you go. Sometimes I like to put the bag between my legs and shake it like that and mix it at the same time, but you want to be mixing at the same time. Now the more you mix this, the faster it's going to go off. So that's pretty good. It's still wet, but it's not going to fall. It's going to be easy to work. And the more water you put in, the more it's going to shrink as well. So keep that in mind. Let's head back inside. Okay, so we've got our mud mixed up. Just going to scoop some out. Very important, yeah, make sure this is flat and you're not going to run into any obstacles. Next, I like to give this a quick pre-fill. And then just like I said, we're using this fiber fuse. Should really handle it with gloves. So to find where you want this on the center of where it joins. So to find that, there it is right there. And normally when you put the mud in, you can see the outline anyway. So just follow that outline. And you shouldn't overlap the tape as well. Start from the middle, squeeze down, start from there, squeeze back up. If you squeeze to the center, you're going to end up with like a bubble in the middle. So I'll stop there where the other tape finishes. That happens. If you're not careful, that's okay. Pull it back up. That's pretty much it. Now we're just going to go around it, neaten it up, make sure it's all covered. Be careful you don't do that 2 times. Now you want to really take all that mud back off there. You don't want anything sticking out, anything thick. Oh, and what I forgot to do, I forgot to add salt. Which if you add salt, this will dry, then you can put more of this on. But we're just going to load it up anyway.
Oh, Jesus.
Alrighty, we're back. This is dried a little bit. Not dried as much as what I'd hoped. I forgot to add the salt. If I did add the salt, it would be totally dry. But because we're using fiber fuse, because we're using this corner cement, we're going to get away with it. And I went straight to a large blade because I want to cover most of it now. I want to fill it most of it now, and so the drying is already happening because this has been sitting around for about half an hour. So just want to load it up. You want to hold that edge like this and squeeze on the edge to get it feathered. That will do for now. It's going to take a little bit to dry, but at least most of the filling's done, and we could probably get away with one more coat over that, and that'll be it. It is the following day. We just let it dry, and we had other things to do, so I came back and I patched it this morning. Let's check it out. As you can see, all patched up, smooth. And we're just waiting for that to dry and we'll sand it. Once it's sanded, then we'll go ahead and undercoat it, and then we can bring it in with the walls. So let's say you do a patch like that, and you all have a good day. I don't care how the resin doesn't work. I need this. other James. Maybe I'll start over here, start talking. Alright, so we're doing a bit of a renovation. It's a repaint and a few other things. We've got some plaster patches like that patch over there. So I'm going to show you how we paint this cornice really fast. Instead of cutting it by hand, we use one of these Gracos, and then we just cut around here, cut around the light and just roll it. But I'm going to show you how quick it is using one of these. That's so consistent. And that's it. All cut in one time. We'll do that again once it dries. And that's it. Alright, we're doing coat number 2 in that room. Yeah, about over here, James. Where's the roller at? Oh. I'll bring it over for us.
There's not a lot of paint in there, but I'll be enough to do that.
I'll do it. Or you want to do it?
Um,
Yeah, I'll do it. Here, you hold this. Get that sanding block behind it. Throw that over.
Where is it?
Over near the wall there. Alright guys, so I sanded the wall back. I also gave it a bit of an undercoat. And after the undercoat, I like to give it a bit of a light sand. And it's ready for a coat. So, we come over this side, James. And that's it. That's how you fix that. So yeah, we'll roll the rest out, then we'll cut it in again, we'll roll it again, and that'll be it. So one more coat over the top of that, and that's how you fix a patch in the wall. And you can do that with any size as well. It's important that you do undercoat it, or else you'll see it when you're looking at it at an angle. That's pretty important. And the sanding is just as important as everything else. So keep that in mind. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button.